So it was a cool hangout, but I don't know that I want to have another, because I think that that might slow any true progression in the direction that I want. I don't want a Netflix and chill buddy. I think this was a special occasion because it was a fight night, but I do not really want that to be the norm at all, because now you're just the homie, and that means you're not the homie, because I don't want any more homies. I don't need them unless we just are like so like creatively matched, where no, I just met this really cool creative and he just happens to be a man and single or whatever, then cool. But that's not how this happened or how I want it to be. I don't even know what you do. And I don't think it's creative. I don't think that we have just that natural like vibe and that like strictly friend, like motivator, whatever sense. I know for him, I want there to be something else. And so I don't know if I need to make that clear. I don't know that I want to. I for sure want to be honest, and I will be when it comes natural and the conversation flows a certain way, but I'm certainly not gonna like send a text like, I just want, no. I want to see him as organically as possible and then make my decision based off of the evidence in front of me. Like, okay, he showed up to my house with nothing. He walks away. He didn't. He did come with a bottle, which was sweet, a sweet wine. I'm like, who drinks sweet wine? That's weird. But thank you so much for bringing it. He should have just like asked me what I wanted. And I told him that, and I'm happy that I'm standing 10 toes down. Like, I want you to make a habit of asking me things. You know, you take the lead and take the initiative, and I will allow it. Like, that's what I want, and I will soften up real quick. When I don't have to do anything, I'm super soft. I'm outside like la-di-da. And some of my male friends see that side of me. It depends on where we are and which male friend it is, because sometimes with certain male friends, I am like more the man. I'm like, oh my God, you gotta get it together right now. Get in the car, turn on some music. Or just like, my alpha and my type A really comes out more with certain people because I'm trying to like close the gap on what's needed, because every relationship needs different things. Like, I'm not like such a selfish person where I'm gonna show up the same way everywhere I go to everyone, because some people might need a little more TLC. And so I'm like, okay, hey, everything's all right, they're there. And I'm not going to do that to certain friends where we can literally just talk and crack up and we're both on go. I mean, of course, when things are needed, you just fill in. But, you know, I don't think that that's being any less myself. I think it's just reading the room. Like, you're not going to speak the same way to your boss as you would your bestie. So it's not you being fake or you being inauthentic. It's just you understanding there's a time and a place for everything. So I would love for him to decide a time and a place for us to just continue to figure each other out. For every man that I envision on this roster, I just want to sit back and take note, because that's all I'm doing. I have mental notes in my head, like, okay, you did X, Y, and Z, you said X, Y, and Z. I responded this way, and this is how it went. Everything's learning, everything's growth. I'm so excited for all of the possibilities and the journeys. And I will say that, I think he's in a good position. I think that there's nothing bad. There were really no flags. There was one moment where I was kind of like, not a problem, but good to know that you're kind of a wanderer. And good to know that I am kind of a jerk around you sometimes. Like, I also don't want him to feel like he has to be on guard around me, like I'm always talking shit, like he says. And I'm hoping that that's just hyperbolic a little bit. But, I want there to be a mutual respect and care and calmness for and with each other. And this is the case for everyone. And I think this is just like a good test for how I want to enter into this dating stage. And I don't even know if he is in a dating stage. I don't know much. Like, I don't know how to organically ask that in a way that I want to receive it, because I know that certain things can trigger pressure and stress, and that's the last thing I want. Like, I actually do really want to go with the flow, and that's where I think we are right now. Like, I guess when I see him, I see him. When I hear from him, I hear from him. It doesn't help his case, the lack of consistency. Maybe it doesn't help mine. I have no idea. It's so fresh. We are literally just getting to know each other. And a part of me the other day was like, you know what? Maybe I don't want a roster. Maybe I have it. Maybe I just like do one at a time, spend like a month or so, because especially with this guy, his schedule, I don't even know. Not even his, just, I don't know. But maybe I just like settle in on one, because I really don't have that much space and bandwidth right now to entertain too many. I say I want a roster, but again, I've dated 2 men at one time, and that was so exhausting. And I'm like, I can't do this. I think it lasted for 1 month, and I was so relieved. And at that stage, I wasn't even thinking about my future in the way that I'm grinding now, and like my job was easy. Like, now that would just that would stress me out. But you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket, especially if you don't even know if he's carrying a basket. I have no idea. Like, I know he doesn't have a girlfriend, but that's about it. I don't know if he wants to date, if he is dating. I don't even want to ask, honestly, like, because I don't know if I want to date him. I don't know. I know I want to get to it though. Like, if we're gonna do it, let's do it. Like, if we're into each other and if we're aligning on certain things, then cool. Like, let's make it known. And I want you to do that. Like, I don't want to take the lead on this. And I think next time I see him, maybe that will be, or the next few times, we'll have to maybe go on an actual date that I'm not going to ask for. I'm not really a dinner and movies girl, but like, whatever. Let's do the things. Let's figure it out and just go from there. It could just be that was a cool night. We've had a couple cool nights, and we'll have another maybe, but I certainly refuse to have any type of stage, any type of talking stage that one of my cousins always talks about. He's been talking to the same girl for years, and they're not together. I'm like, you've been talking to the same girl for 2 years, but you don't even want to think about getting in a relationship with this person? That's crazy. So I have to figure out something in my head as far as a time stamp or some type of like timing that I want internally that says, okay, it's been this amount of time, let's at least have a conversation and go from there, because now there's skin in the game. Right now, I'm cool, I'm easy, I'm breezy. Let's not like rock the boat and ruffle any feathers. Like, we don't even have to talk about relationships or dating or anything right now. Let's just figure each other out. Let's see if we even like each other as people. But at a certain point, like, I don't think I could put a real time on it, because I don't know the next time I will see him or talk to him. But I do want to know that, like, hey, you can talk to me and I'm not going to talk shit. Like, I don't want you to be afraid to text me or call me because you want a caring woman, and I'm not that, because I am for sure. But I'm also not going to change who I am for you. So, like, let's kind of talk about it at some point. But I do feel like we're just meeting each other, and my freaking vlog, I hope this never gets seen. But it is what it is, These are just the thoughts I'm having in my head, that I'm posting on the World Wide Web. I'm just gonna kind of see things through. I'm gonna let things fall where they fall. Today I've been really excited about just giving my schedule a go. I wrote down this entire like grocery list and workout list, which I have to do. It's 7:15, so I'm like, all right, let's get my groceries for the week. I'm really excited to continue my workout journey. That's been super fun, and I've been like geeked up. I'm like, all right, I got the muscle milk or like protein shake that my friend gave me because she had so much extra. I have like workout routine ideas. I hit up one of my friends about working out, and he's really cute. So I'm like, killing two birds with one stone, which is so smart and so strategic. And I feel like really showing up at work properly. Like, I did have a little meltdown the other day, and not super big meltdown, but I had a crying moment, which was crazy, so crazy, to my boss. And I was like, please don't think I don't want extra responsibility. We just need to be clear. And I think that's just like the through line with a lot of this is communication. And that's something that's historically been a little hard for me, is just really having clear communication on what I want and how to show up with people and just everything. So I think this stage of life, I'm getting these communication challenges, I guess, or just I'm facing life and I'm realizing the holes where I need to grow. So I know I need to work on my communication. There's nothing to lose, everything to gain, but I do want to be mindful of how I'm communicating. I always want to come from a place of love and understanding and truth. Like, I can be sometimes a little not nice, but I am kind, and I think I'm fair and consistent. You get what you get. I am who I am, but it is with love, and I want you to know that. It's never gonna be from a place of just spite ever, because I actually really love people, and I think people are awesome, and I want them to love me. But if they don't, as long as I'm being honest with myself. And it sucks sometimes when I don't feel like it's reciprocated, and I feel like people just see this hard exterior, I guess, and just this unseriousness that I walk around with, and they assume I'm not emotional and that I don't have like a soft heart, and I do, and it hurts me in moments where I feel a little left out and isolated from I'd say women in particular, just because I'm a woman. So sometimes I'll see like, oh, they're all hanging out and I was invited yet again. I probably didn't want to be there, but it sucks to not be included. And even at work sometimes where I'm just like, oh, okay, well, ignore me. Like, I don't like that. And it affects me sometimes, when it's kind of just been pent up and I'm like, okay, I've noticed this. And, I really don't think I'm the problem. Like, I know I have flaws, but I still want to be like fully and properly loved for me in my entirety. And I've had a couple run-ins with people and with friends that I'm like, wow, I guess you don't know my heart, you don't know my intentions, and it sucks that I think we aren't friends anymore, or that I don't feel comfortable showing up as myself. That really hurts my heart for sure. And I feel like I have a really big heart. I know that I do, and it's coming out a lot more because I'm embracing it, and I love that I am. And I want everyone to see that. And these therapy sessions help me really push love out. That's all I want to do. That's like my purpose behind Date IRL, is just connecting and loving. And yeah, of course we want to date because we want love. No one wants to die alone, and I don't think you're supposed to. I know that's not God's plan. And we all make mistakes and all that, but I think if we really rally together properly through love and appreciation and honesty, then there is nothing we cannot face. So, that's how I want to show up with dating for sure. And which is why I'm always back and forth with this roster idea, because I'm like, I really want to give everything to one person, but I don't want to be foolish. And I think that communication and just talking everything out here is helpful, because I can just like throw spaghetti on the walls. I can say something, retract it, say it again, watch it back, kind of just like get a gauge on where I am currently. And then have the conversation in real life. Like, this is just the digital session, but I am applying these things. It's really just me talking in the shower, like our shower thoughts I'm just putting in front of the world, all 23 people, a little group of 20 peeps. But yeah, I'm excited to continue to learn about myself through dating. And everybody can get cut from the list, because I'm gonna be there. I'm number one on the list, and everyone else falls under. So I'm just not gonna go for anything. Like, if it feels good, cool, great. I want to see you. I want to hang out with you. I need to come here and talk it out and be like, all right, everything felt nice, but be still. I think that's the biggest thing for me too, because I can be so eager and on go and just myself, and I want to again give myself constantly and fully where I can, but you gotta filter yourself in every situation, like the way I do with work. I'm like, I'm not gonna give you everything right now because you don't know me well enough to receive it properly. So even in my head, I'm like, oh, I could just like hit you up and see if you're free tomorrow. But I'm like, I'm not doing that, because first off, do I even really care? Maybe, I don't know. But I have to set myself up properly so that I get what I want. And that's that. Like, who's gonna say no? These men are not gonna say no to dates. Not really. Like, I have friends, and we know people that be like, you just ask him for coffee. You do. And I'm like, no, I'm not. Like, one of my coworkers, one of my fave coworkers for sure, it's like, you're so stubborn. I'm like, I am. When it comes down to certain things, I will not be asking a man out ever, because if I have to do that, that indicates to me that you don't want to go out, but you don't want to hurt my feelings. And I'm not okay with that. Like, if I do say like, oh, we should hang out, which I've done, to like recently with men that I'm not like serious about, but like casually flirting with all the time. And I'm like, oh yeah, let's link up. But I don't have any real interest or expectation, which we don't have anyways. It's just kind of like, oh yeah, let's link up, whatever. Like, it could go great, it could go bad. Like, it's gonna go good because I'm just like a really cool girl or whatever. But yeah, I don't see you as anything outside of a pretty face. So, you know, sorry. So I just have to, take it one step at a time. We are learning from everything. And if I do slip up and I am a little too alpha or a little too forward, because I don't want to be right now, I want these men to take the lead because it indicates certain things. Like if I really am taking this period seriously of finding my husband and father of my children, no pressure, but just like that's the only reason I'm dating right now is to find that, then I do have to keep certain things in mind. I'm like, okay, how do I want him to show up? Am I giving him space to do that? How am I showing up? How do I want to show up in the future? Because I don't want to set the tone for something I can't keep up, because that just leads to resentment. And I know myself, so I'm like, let this man just show you who he is right now. Let all of these men show you who they are, and then make the effort to figure out if that's what you want and if that makes sense. I think it's simple. So with that, I gotta get some groceries, because it's me season, it's you season. It's always you. When it comes to you and these men, it's always you. You want somebody that you're gonna be stupid with, like stupid giddy, still strong. So let that person come around, and I'm so happy I have other things on my mind. Like I'm focused, I'm zoned in to all of these magnificent things on my list. So I don't have time to waste my time. I actually don't have time for it. And even if I did have time for it, I wouldn't waste it, because we are not getting any younger, baby. YOLO. Do it properly. Do it IRL, in real life. I will see you next time.